It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And tonight, we'll see the Houston Rockets as they go up. Well, this season, Clark, is still very, very young. How much do you take away from these first handful of games of a season?
I think you take away quite a bit as a whole organization. You know, the front office execs are already thinking about how the team can do better, where they might be able to make moves to improve the squad, as are the coaches. So I think these games are important and valuable.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Bridges. And it's Towns. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Thompson misses. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Brunson outside. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Towns, a screen on Şengün. Clock at 6. Here's Brunson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Van Vliet finds Thompson. And here's Green outside, and the 3 ball is good.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
And here's Brunson. Bridges outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jalen Green. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
For 3, Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Towns. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bridges outside. Pass to Towns. The shot missing.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Brooks for 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
When he gets the opportunity, they are counting on Brooks to hit that shot.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against Atlanta.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Here's Bridges driving the lane.
And sometimes you just get a step on the defender. Bridges saw an opening there and exploited it.
Van Vliet passes to Green. It's up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And Green gets it to go.
Hey, this team has great confidence in Green's ability to connect from deep. It's really about getting him quality looks.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Second, the Knicks.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Here's Brunson. Count it. Brunson's got his second basket of the night.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
From deep, Green. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 1. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
You know, when you only see a team twice a year, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are, a good feel for them. And oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
For New York, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Hart, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Knicks have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Bynogme passes to Towns. Stolen by Van Vliet. And it's Green with the jam.
Jalen Green has some serious hop. Yes, he does.
New York trailing. Now Brunson. He gets that one. Brunson's got 6 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Here's Şengün. Towns with the defensive effort. The Knicks have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. And it's Brunson missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Şengün. Out to Brooks. Houston moving the ball around. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Towns finds Bridges. Out to Brunson. Shoots over Van Vliet. And it's Brunson missing. Houston in the lead. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
A big-time move for sure. And Shams, we appreciate the report. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Now, here's Bridges. The layup off target.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Şengün, Robinson with the block. Bridges passes to Hart. Yep, that one goes in there.
Not a ball stopper on the wing. Bridges with the help.
On offense, here are the Rockets. Van Vliet with it. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta.
Well, he's really been on the roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Brunson surveying the D. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
He has. Dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Whitmore, he's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. And both free throws good for Brunson. And Clark, the Rockets just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Back to Brunson. Thompson with the rebound. Rockets leading by 4. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. We both had the same topic, Mikal Bridges, and the impact he can have on a game. Coach told me he's someone we've talked about for sure. You can't let him out-hustle us. That's when he does the most damage. Let's see if they can match Bridges' energy. Guys?
Thank you, David. Şengün, no good. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks.
Great feed there by Jalen Brunson, a terrific facilitator.
The Rockets shooting 42% to begin this game. And yes, it's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Thompson. Tate, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Green. Pass to Hart. Towns at the elbow. Towns, a screen on Tate. 6 to shoot. Here's Bridges, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bridges has got his second basket of the night.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Miles McBride's checked in for New York.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And that one's good. Brunson.
The competitive spirit of Brunson shining through. He just had to answer that last shot.
Eason passes to Adams. Here's Whitmore. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass. Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
In the corner, it's Whitmore. Off target from outside.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
McBride's shot is off. It's trailed by 3. Pass to Eason. The kick out to Holiday. Another miss by Houston.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Right side Robinson. Good work there as it goes. Now it's a 5-point New York lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about for the Knicks. Achua, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Mikal Bridges comes in for Josh Hart. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. 1:30 left to play here in the first. Outside Holiday. Here's Tate. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Tate's only got 6.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Game passes to Robinson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Robinson dishes to Bridges. Fires, high post. It's good. Bridges has got the game tied up here for New York.
A legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range. Bridges recognizes when he should take that shot.
And Adams kicks to Holiday. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
McBride passes to Bridges. A three-pointer, no good. The Rockets shooting 45% from the field early. Tate, no good. New York's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Robinson finds Bridges. Launches a three, sinks the triple. Now it's a 3-point New York lead. From outside the arc, no good on the last second attempt there. Jalen Brunson has been on display for the New York Knicks. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And New York, looking at who they've got. You've got Miles McBride. Achua is out there with Bridges. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Payne at the point guard. And for Houston, they're shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Here's Eason. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nick shooting a superb 63% from the field. Here's Payne. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You don't expect him to bust out the spin move, but I think that adds an element of surprise to his attack.
And a wide open look for Whitmore. Offline with his three. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for New York. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Bridges for three. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Jacks up a three. Oh, drew the foul. Almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot three.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Waddy's checked in, and Shepard subbed in for Aaron Holiday. And New York with a change here, too. Anunoby's checked in. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And Whitmore throws it down.
Be careless around Şengün at your own peril. He'll pick your pocket if you're not careful.
Knicks trail by 3. McBride passes to Robinson. Achua kicks to Anunoby. The dunk by Achua.
Oh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Fires for 3. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And on the slam, Bridges using the vertical to finish strong before the D can contest.
And stolen by Achua. Pass to Anunoby. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Robinson. Good, nice job down low. And now a 3-point Knicks lead.
Oh, unselfish play from Bridges, continuing to grow as a leader with plays like that.
Williams, he's checked in for Houston. Aaron Holiday comes in for Shepard. In the corner, Şengün with it. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Şengün's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. And it's Aaron Holiday with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Achua finds Bridges. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Achua. Holiday inside the line. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Third in rebound, and they were one of the NBA's top 5 fast break teams. Not many were better on the break than this group.
And you just mentioned it. What a year it was for them on the glass. The sheer effort and energy they put into their rebounding was tremendous. Looking at it.
That was special.
Unbelievable. You think of Bridges as understated, not that flashy, and then he does that.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Robinson finds McBride. Back to Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Rockets trail by 5. Eason with a screen for Holiday. It's good from long range. Holiday's got 6 points in the quarter.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Anunoby outside Towns. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Mikal Bridges. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 19 points per game last year, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
The Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Back to Anunoby. Hits it from 3-point range. Anunoby's got the lead up to 5 now for New York.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Here's Eason. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 6th assist on the night.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And stolen by Eason. Pass to Whitmore. Back to Tate. Here's the 3. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Holiday. Carries it from 3-point range. Holiday's got 9.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Now Bridges. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And he gets the bucket. And now a 3-point Knicks lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the dunk by Towns.
Nice job by Towns to get in there and get aggressive.
Here's Tate. 6 points for him. In the corner, it's Whitmore. Knocks down the 3 ball. Whitmore's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
For the 3. The rebound by Steven Adams. The Rockets shooting for the game at 42%. Pass to Eason. In the corner, it's Whitmore. No good from outside. New York's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And Clark, the debate around Karl Anthony Towns. Is he the greatest shooting big of all time?
Well, look, if you just want to go numbers, it's an emphatic yes. No 7-footer has ever shot it like Cat. Around 40% from 3 over his career. That's not just a 1 or 2 season deal. That's a multi-year career. So I say yes.
Achua, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Miles McBride.
And a talented swingman. Bridges is someone to keep an eye on as he continues to round out his game. Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Brunson kicks to Bridges. And the Knicks miss again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Whitmore finds Holiday. Houston moving it around. Tate. From outside, off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
It's hauled in by Adams. Rockets trail by 4. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man. When Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Out to the right wing. And Towns, the bucket on the assist from Brunson. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Here's Tate. Connects from 3-point range.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. And the foul on Jayshawn Tate. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review
Previous play is under
personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one.
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
You get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Brunson with a clean look. Brunson drops it in from the arc. Wow.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the three. And boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Van Vliet against Brunson. Brooks for three. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Stolen by Thompson. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Pass to Eason. Thompson outside. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Thompson's got 6 points.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Achua. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Miles McBride. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. You know, Clark, the Rockets have done a good job building a young foundation to this roster.
Yeah, I like what they've done, Kevin. They made big strides last season, and it's a team that's really growing up right in front of our eyes, and there's no reason that they can't continue the trend they're on.
The Rockets making a switch here. Landale's checked in. Bridges for 3. Cans it from downtown. Bridges has got 22 points.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And it's Green missing. The Knicks leading by 4. And here is Hart. He's got 7. Brunson, left side. Brunson being aggressive.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Landale. It's rebounded by Anunoby. New York shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Hart finds Brunson. Towns a screen on Easton. Brunson no good. Gets trailed by 6. Here's Green, and he drives in. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservative. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
You know, guys, Josh Hart is somebody that's going to give you everything he's got. His combination of outside shooting and defense is really quite valuable to any team.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Jock Landale. Jay Shante comes in for Thompson. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Brooks. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Jalen Green. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bridges. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bridges has got 13 points now in the quarter.
And for the night, Bridges is cooking with grease and showing no signs of slowing down.
Mikal Bridges has been the guy making things happen for the New York Knicks. He puts it. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Well, I think of Houston. Hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Houston Rockets.
You love to see this kind of...
And that's all for us. Now...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Alperen Şengün out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the 3. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Van Vliet wide open. No good on the 3.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Rockets trail by 9. There's the triple. And Jalen Green hits from deep. Green's got 25 points.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Brunson the pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Here's Bynogme. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low. Here's Şengün. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one. The Knicks leading by 4. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Now Brunson. 24 points for him. Bynogme outside. Here's Hart. Bridges outside. It's stolen by Green.
Yeah, really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball.
Well, Green showing you how explosive he can be off the steal. Takes the ball and takes off for the finish.
Pass to Bridges. And here is Bynogme. New York, no good that time either. Clark, famously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size, but man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred VanVleet has done. He is an incredible basketball player, smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player.
Pass to VanVleet. Good on the three-point shot. VanVleet's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Indeed, with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Back to Brunson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
And this is the player that Brunson has become. He's capable of carrying the load offensively on any given night.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
A three-pointer is right on target. VanVleet's got 6.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Bridges misses.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
There's Green with the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Brunson. Count it, good. Brunson's got 30.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. Right at you.
They get the rebound, and Thompson kicks to Şengün. VanVleet can't get it to go. The Knicks with the lead. Bridges passes to Hart. Out to Brunson. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Bynogme passes to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Hart with the screen for Bridges. From deep. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Brooks with it. Now guarded by Towns. VanVleet can't get that one to fall.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Bridges misses. Rockets have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Brunson kicks to Bridges. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to Eason. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Knicks with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
It's good. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Houston.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it. It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Here's Van Vliet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's an 8-point Rocket lead.
Van Vliet, for his size, is pretty tricky.
Now here's Brunson. 30 points in the game. Will it go? It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Eason gets a wide open look. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Knicks trail by 8. Hart the pass to Anunoby. Towns a screen on Eason. And here's Brunson outside. Good on the triple. Brunson's got 11 points in the quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And New York making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to get them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And man, can Brunson get going in a hurry? He's got his fingerprints all over this one.
Here's Eason. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Eason's got the lead back up to 8 now for the Rockets. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Towns a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Brunson with the drive. And Thompson sends it back.
On the hunt to make a big defensive impact, Thompson denying that shot. And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Outside, Towns. With some arc. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Eason passes to Şengün. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Knicks trail by 10. Here's Hart. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jayshawn Tate comes in for Amen Thompson. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Green. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And New York with a change here, too. Miles McBride's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Houston leading by 9. Eason finds Tate. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got 8 rebounds in this game. Bridges inside. Whitmore defending. Bridges shot. Good.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Tate a screen on Brunson. Hits the front of the rim and out. Knicks trail by 7. Hart the pass to Brunson. McBride with the ball. Whitmore defending. Brunson outside. Inside. Robinson. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as much as 10. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Physical play from Bridges under the hoop, making sure to win that foul call.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game. Achua, he's checked in for the Knicks. Cameron Payne comes in for Jalen Brunson. He's perfect from the line this time. Rockets leading by 7. On the wing, Holiday. Payne covering. Lets it go from deep. Hey, that one is the 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Bridges. What a terrific move that was. Bridges has got 32 points.
When he gets room like that, look out, because he will score.
Holiday finds Tate. Here's Whitmore. And a miss there on the triple. Knicks trail by 8. Bridges, no one around him. And the 3 off target.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
There's the 3. Eason's shot is good. Eason's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Miles McBride. Payne hits them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Holiday, the pass to Eason. Front pass the arc. And it's Whitmore missing. Knicks trail by 9. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Bridges. Bucket off the crossover. Bridges has got 10 points here in the second half.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Fires the 3. And Whitmore with the basket on the assist by Holiday. And the Rockets lead by 10.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
Robinson a screen on Easton. 2 on the clock. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets ahead, leading by 10. And coming up is... Now let's hear what Coach Tom...
Make sure we're talking on defense.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And stolen by Whitmore. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Cameron Payne. Towns is out there with Robinson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's McBride in at the shooting guard. The kick out to Towns. Lets it go with the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
And Cat remains an excellent passer at his position. Outstanding at seeing the floor and finding teammates.
Holiday with the three. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Payne.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Shots good by Green.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Payne. And another three from New York.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Payne dishes to Towns. Back to Payne. The three. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Holiday with the three. Nailed from three-point land. And the Rockets lead by 12.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Out to the wing. Here's Eason. And another three for Houston.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Left side, Towns. Chalk up two there. And that's now 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Rockets leading by 13. Knocked away. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Lobbed up there for Robinson. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Whitmore. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Playing with the lead, they've been working for more high percentage shots, and that's a good strategy. You don't want to take bad shots when you've got the lead.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Waddy's checked in, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Anunoby kicks to Payne. Shoots the three. Drills the three-pointer. Payne's got 8 points in the quarter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And here's VanVleet from the arc. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class-eating. Towns with the bucket.
You know, there's very little the defense can do to slow Towns down when he has momentum like that on the drive.
To the wing on the left. Over to the wing. Pass to Eason. For three, VanVleet. It's rebounded by Towns.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Here's Whitmore. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Eason. So both teams changing it up here. Knicks trail by 10. And the foul on Jae'Sean Tate. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
It's stolen by Adams.
Not the smartest move there, passing it up for grabs.
Another miss by Houston.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Here's McBride. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steven Adams picks one up. First free throw is good.
Here in the second half, they have definitely made free throw making look easy.
A different look for New York. Bridges is checked in for Towns. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. Houston leading by 8. Fires from way outside. Pass to Eason. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Eason's got 17 points here in the second half.
Wow. What can you say?
Brunson the pass to Hart. McBride with the ball. On the wing, Bridges. Tate covering. New York, no good that time either. The Rockets have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Adams finds Holiday. Offensive rebound. Houston moving it around. Easton passes to Tate. Fires from deep. The kick out to Holiday. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 9 points in the quarter.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Here's Hart. Doesn't go for it. Adams, a nice D. Rockets have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Holiday with the 3. The 3. Pass to Eason. Lets the 3 fly. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Yep. That one goes. Brunson's got 38 points.
Making the defense look hopeless. Brunson so clever with his ball handling.
And Holiday kicks to Tate. Here's Whitmore. Oh, good with the triple. Knicks trail by 15. Bridges with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And earlier in his career, Bridges was tentative about putting the ball on the floor. Not anymore.
And he makes the first. So for the Knicks, Robinson comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Towns in for Anunoby. Both free throws good from Bridges. Rockets leading by 13. Outside Holiday. Shoots over Brunson. From the top of the key, he buries it. Holiday's got 11 in the second half. New York's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Bridges attacking. The shot comes out. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Sinks the 3-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 18.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Pass to Hart. Towns looking around. 3-pointer. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
You know, looking at Towns, you really don't expect that kind of range. You better think again, though.
Here's Tate. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Brunson against Tate. Brunson the pass to Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
3 points.
Brunson's got his 4th assist in this one. Pass to Adams. Now here is Holiday. In the corner, Tate with it. From the arc. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's Knicks trail by 12. It's Hart on the wing. Whitmore defending. Hart kicks to Brunson. Here's Towns. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bridges. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets leading by 12. Tate a screen on Towns to the inside. And Tate gets it to go.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And here's Brunson outside. Rockets with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Tate finds Whitmore. Back to Tate. Now Adams. In the corner, it's Eason. And again for 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. And now, a A moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Tari Eason.
Well, he completely took over, I think, on both ends of the floor. Scoring with authority and influencing a lot of plays, almost every play. This was the kind of night you dream about as a player.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Pass to Adams. Here's Eason. Bridges with the steal. And here we go. Brunson heading to the hoop. Oh, the speed from Brunson in transition.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Şengün's checked in for Adams. Amen Thompson comes in for Tari Eason. Brooks checked in for Tate. And Jalen Green subbed in for Whitmore. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Now, he heaped the praise on the defense. He said the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. Thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Brunson's got 42 in the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks guys don't last minutes, they last days.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Green against Brunson. The train. It's rebounded by Houston. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Up top, Şengün. Brunson covering. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Anunoby. Finished off the break. And that's now 7 points for OG Anunoby.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
And here's Green outside. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns is... Here's Hart. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 6 assists here tonight.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Houston.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. Brooks for 3. They get it again. Green kicks to Brooks. Puts up a deep 3. He doesn't hit that one. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 14-point game.
Substitution on the court.
Over in the corner, McBride. New York, no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
The first one falls.
5th team foul. At the line for the Knicks, Cameron Payne taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. Timeout call for Rockets. They're ahead by 15. Guys, what's your take?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
And a big mental mistake as they get called for the timeout when they had none remaining. And they're going to pay for it with maybe the rarest of technical fouls.
And really a complete lack of awareness. Seemed to have no idea they were out of timeouts.
A good point, Greg. It is. He just lost focus completely. Didn't have his head in the game at all at that moment. Here's Payne, and that's an intentional foul.
Thompson. Second personal foul. Team is in the penalty. At the line for the Knicks, Cameron.
That free throw missing.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Wright. Takes the three. So we see Houston taking the W here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge.
Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Commaculation. Boss move. What you refuse to do. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Commaculation. I'll retire when I expire. I'm in the truck like a spare tire. Not a dragon, but I spit.
Stop trying to.